guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Colleen, the creator of Oakwood Hollywood. Oh my god. Sorry, I got your show wrong.
Oakwood Hollywood got a nice ring to it.
Gilbert.
Hello there.
Colby. Koda.
You feel the light inside you?
And Sam, aka Simpy, told me that she would be here a bit late, so hopefully she will arrive sometime sooner or later. So, with that being said, first things first, how are we doing it today? How's your Saturday?
It's as fine as it can be. I was actually in the middle of watching Zack Snyder's Twilight of the Gods on Netflix. Oh, how's that going? Well, for those who aren't familiar with Norse mythology, Twilight of the Gods is Ragnarok, the end of the gods. All the gods of Asgard died. It was basically an apocalypse in the Norse world. To give people an example, you remember in Thor Ragnarok, that MCU movie? Yeah, Asgard is meant to be destroyed in the end, while the gods are killed by monsters. You probably recognize a couple people who would have done it, like Hela and the wolf Fenrir, who, believe it or not, in mythology, those are Loki's kids. In watching the show, it's got a lot of adult themes in there, a lot of them, and you're thinking to yourself, oh yeah, yep, this is definitely Zack Snyder's work. You can definitely tell. No offense to anyone who enjoys Zack Snyder's stuff. Okay, I like 300, Watchmen, and yes, I have a soft spot for Batman v Superman to an extent. You know, I could explain myself in the near future, but yeah, Twilight of the Gods. It's a decent show so far. I'm at the end of the episode. This is like the second mythology-based shows I've watched. I've also seen Gentry Cho versus the Underworld, taking stories from Chinese mythology.
I've watched Gentry Chow and like last month, and yeah, it came out last month, and I enjoyed the show.
Yeah, that is a pretty good show. It's like a combination of Gravity Falls and the Owl House.
Yeah, I watched the first episode, and I really love the animation so far.
Yeah, I really love Ed in that show. He really reminds me of King.
I know, right? Yeah. Speaking of the Owl House, I just cannot grasp in my mind about Gentry Chow's character design with her pink hair and now slowly going to dark, the dark side, like you remember. I cannot just think of Amity. All I can see Gentry is just Amity right now. I'm sorry.
No, I can't say that Amity came to my mind when I first looked at her, but when I'm seeing the two side by side, I'm like, did the people from the Owl House worked on this show? It's kind of like My Adventure with Superman, and we look at Lois and you see Luz, and it turns out some people who worked in the Owl House also worked on My Adventures.
Oh, I did not think of that at all.
Like, it could be, like, I'm sure it's coincidental, or maybe it could be influenced, but either way, it is pretty cool that you can kind of see in some shows, or whatever.
Yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, I know. Like some alumni from other shows can actually work on other shows, and then eventually they would create a show. I love that.
I'm going to say, like, I know we're gonna get through some really, really stupid few years. I'm not gonna say it what happened, but I'm pretty sure everyone should know by now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that I'm just praying we can get through this. It's gonna be stupid. It's not gonna be fun, but we can get through this. If we just stick together.
We can all get through it together.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't so much like I've been sick over the past couple of weeks, but thank God, like I'm really getting better. At least so. Finally, I have the energy to actually do recording sessions again.
Yay!
With that being said, we should just get to the Amazing Digital Circus, which is literally last month, which is Food Masquerade, and I wanted to talk about it, but I got sick. Finally, I have enough strength to actually talk about it.
A couple weeks ago at my job, I actually saw a couple kids with the Amazing Digital Circus plushies.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
What were the characters?
One of the plushies, the Pomni plush, I think it was more of a bootleg than official, but it was still pretty cute.
Aww.
And the parents were like, hey, you know that show? When's the next one gonna come out?
Whenever it's ready, man.
And I don't think I've ever mentioned this. A couple months ago, I went to Big Texas Comic Con, and I met the voice of Angel Dust from Hasbin Hotel. I think his name
The
was,
pilot or the
Blake
show?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
cool, man.
That's the interesting part. The interesting part is that usually these cons, I usually bring my Pomni plush with me. And Blake saw it, and I was like, hey, I know that show. That's that Michael Kovacs in that show, right? Which is the voice of
Yes.
Jax and originally Angel Dust.
Oh.
I always love how some of these actors can recognize these characters. Like last month, I went to another anime con, and the voice of Ryuji from Persona 5, he looked at a fan art I got from Molly McGee, and he's like, "Hey, I know that Ghost. He's voiced by Dana Snyder."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool when other like actors or celebrities are also fans of the stuff that you're fans of.
Yeah.
It's like small world, right?
Yeah.
World after all. This is like a last minute stuff for me, and I'm glad I'm here. But you mentioned that you wanted to put on the Digital Circus episode right now to talk about this. And just last night, I was actually rewatching that episode.
So did I.
So did you? It's just coincidence for me. Like I watched on YouTube first, but then I watched it on Netflix because I am not going to sit through 10 different ads every few minutes. I will not.
I watched it solely on YouTube, and I have YouTube Premium.
Oh,
You
know what I get now on YouTube ads? I don't watch on Netflix.
No.
Hey there.
Thank goodness Simpy has arrived.
I watched it on YouTube, and then I heard the song that Longest Solo released from that episode called Order Up, which is, I know, is relatable to people in the food industry because some lyrics doesn't iron.
Yeah, we're still in the intro part. You arrived just in time.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, just about to talk about it. I'm funny you mentioned that the food industry. Yep, this is exactly what this episode of Digital Circus is about. The fast food masquerade.
Now that I'm at the age, I might consider getting a job soon.
Hey.
Well, this episode is about our characters working at a fast food joint, Spudsies.
Which I'll be recapping right now.
Hey, I just want to wish you a pleasant day. Thanks for eating at Spudsies.
Have a good one, miss.
The episode begins with Ragatha teaching Gangle how to play baseball, only for Jax to break Gangle's comedy mask, claiming that it was an accident. Or is it?
Nothing is ever an accident with Jax, and we all know that.
Who would have known I was lucky enough to even have the Jax t-shirt from Hot Topic? Anyways, Zubul chimes in and offers Gangle a very special plastic mask, which makes her feel normal in a good way. Kang pops into the Digital Circus crew and announces today's adventure, The Curse of the Violent Psychopath Butcher, but Pomni asks to back off the horror after the trauma that she experienced from the last adventure. Thanks to Gangle's suggestion, Kane announces a Plan B adventure being an honest hard day's work at Spuzzy's restaurant chain. Only this time, Zubul was forced into the adventure while Kingo takes the backseat. To recap everything that has happened in the workplace, Zubul's just flipping burgers, Jax immediately misbehaves and got his, literally. Rakatha gets exposed to some idiot sauce and is completely drunk throughout the entire shift.
I was like, she's high. She's that stone coworker, 24/7.
Yes.
I want stupid sauce.
Episode 420.
Clearly.
It was kids in the last episode.
I can't wait for the children in the audience to have horrible nightmares from this episode.
Well,
Oh my god.
in
And there was
fairness,
a dirty joke too. There was like a dirty joke when the Gummy Goo was talking to one of the guys.
Oh my god, yes, there
He was
was.
like, oh, I didn't get a kid in real toy. And Gummy Goo said,
You're not-
I'm not a kid. And then the guy said, oh, an adult toy.
So I did. And I was like, oh no.
hold your horses there.
He said it so innocently.
Yeah.
Hold your horses there. Let's just get through this.
I feel like N from Murder Drones would say that too, not knowing what it means.
Yeah.
It is so innocent.
Okay. Let's keep finished here.
Yeah. Pomni, working as a cashier, encounters Gummigoo in a very awkward scenario, and poor Gango faked a smile throughout the entire adventure to the point that she nearly abstracted. Luckily, Pomni has chimed in and closed up shop for Gango so that she could go. Gango freely throws away the plastic mask and dances under the night lamp, but just as she tripped and fell into traffic, Gango gets teleported into Kane's office for her adventure review, which was graded a B+. Afterwards, Zubul invites Gango to sit together with the rest of the Digital Circus crew, and to bring her drawings with her, ending the episode.
To be honest, like, when I saw her like fall in front of the traffic, I interpreted it as like a suicide attempt.
Now I have not watched reviews for any of these things. I don't watch a lot of review stuff. This is my own personal take on it. But I did see some thumbnails, so I was like, oh my.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was purely an accident, but I guess I can't really remember.
It's from what I can tell, it looked like she was very surprised to have tripped. Although I guess if you look at it again, it's like, did she trip or did she just fall back?
Yeah.
But most importantly, to me, it looked like she was doing a Joker dance. Honestly.
Oh my gosh. The way I see it, it could be most likely just open an interpretation just for the audience to think what happened to Gango just from that moment alone.
A lot of people say that they say, the isekai trope where a truck hits the main character. Some people say it's like that, but I'm like, I don't know if Gango is getting hit yet.
Now you say that, and I kind of get what why people thought it's like an isekai thing. My favorite moment in the episode is when Jax gets taken to have more training, and there was a little training video with Gangle on there saying that, oh, I know what you're doing.
I want to be a manga artist.
Yes.
Artist.
Yes. What do you see in most of these mangas?
Oh my god.
And it mostly involves getting run over by a truck, and she pops right into Kane's office.
Oh,
We're starting to see a pattern here, and
I see a pattern.
I didn't really think of that.
like, that could be that's probably the best reference that you could think of.
I hadn't even thought of that.
I mean,
It's very funny how most people are thinking isekai, and I guess just make fun of having a truck there. But I see a lot of it in anime, and we're also seeing it in some Western shows like The Owl House, Amphibia, and I guess Digital Circus, if you can count that.
Gangle almost ended up like Jay in Murder Thrones episode 7, getting hit by a bus.
But I think what most people love about the shows, like I'm pretty sure most of us here have seen SpongeBob.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
our childhood cartoon.
My childhood.
Yeah. It's like most of us growing up, we love SpongeBob, right? A hard-working fry cook, loving this job. As we get older, we are starting to sympathize with Squidward. But what this episode does is really, I wouldn't necessarily say down to earth, but it really is probably the most realistic episode I've seen.
Oh yeah, I definitely say so.
Like it's not just characters saying, "Oh, I hate my job, it's boring," and all that. No, I mean, like it literally involves a lot of work, a lot of hours. And look at Gangle, she's a shift manager, and even she's just feels so done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see it throughout the 3 acts between the breakfast hours, the lunch hour, and the dinner hours. You can see how Gangle literally slowly went from being happy to be ready into slowly begin to lose it.
It's like you start your day ready to go, ready to say hi to people, see some of your coworkers. But as the day goes on and you have to deal with more and more people and more tasks pop up, it just gets more exhausting. And you're just I just want to get to my closing tasks, shut the shop down for the day, and go home, and not have to think about this until the next day.
You even see some of the customers, how they treat them like that. Like the first one is, "Excuse me, just a
Karen. It's a Karen.
It's literally a Karen.
Have any of y'all worked in retail or fast food before?
No, but I heard stories about it.
I just love, at first she definitely sounds like a Karen, and I thought she was being rude by saying the stupid stuff. No, that's a real sauce, but no, that's definitely a Karen, the way she demands things.
Oh my gosh. Like, the moment I saw the customer asking for the Indian burger, it's like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those trophies to see a Karen in a restaurant.
I'm a barista.
I just to the room. Oh no, not. I know
You're a
baristas
barista?
Yeah. I know they get rough.
Yeah, I'm a barista as well, in a grocery store, and I can confirm I've seen pretty much every kind of customer they animated in that show, including the guy who's holding a bowl of cereal at the front of the line.
That was the most hilarious out-of-pocket scene. Like, imagine you just working as a cashier and you just all of a sudden see a customer just eating cereal while you're ordering just some food.
Would you be surprised if that happened, honestly?
Probably not, but
I
it's
just wonder where they got the cereal from.
Their house.
Came. Adding salt to the wound back to Gangle's mask. You can see her getting more and more insane because Jax and Ragatha, they threw insults at her. I mean, Jax really said, "I like you better when you're sad." Dude. Jeez.
And I actually saw a comment on YouTube when you get a close-up of her face. Yeah, that is the moment when the mask could be broken.
Yeah.
And then Ragatha said, "You're so annoying." I was like, I know she didn't mean that because she's high, but
is it
You know what they say? Sometimes when you're drunk, it loosens the tongue.
Yeah. And I kind of felt
like when Ragatha said, "I miss my horses." and going to all these different things in her life. Yeah, she's definitely.
So that's a reference to when she said like the days knocking on my hand, dance lesson. That's a reference to the it's from the Raggedy Ann movie.
Oh, I did see that pointed out. Yeah.
You think? You think she loved Raggedy Ann as a kid?
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like it.
What really sells it to me is when Pomni just like wants to talk to Gummy Goo and Rackets. I was like, I wish someone would flirt with me.
Oh,
That
gosh.
Just going character AI.
Listen, everyone blew up when that happened. And it was like, oh, it's confirmed. They're shipping Rocket and Pound. Like, no, they ain't. That's just you.
Yeah, I'm not like a hardcore shipper of those two, but like I like the idea of that ship.
I see them more like sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more like Sister Koda, but like they're really besties, so.
Attention from someone, like look how much Pomni paid attention to Gummy Goo than her.
Yeah, I find it very sad to even see that, given the fact that Gummy Goo can't even remember Pomni. Like, this is just an alternate NPC version of the Gummy Goo, and not the Gummy Goo that we all knew and loved from episode 2.
Maybe on that, but when you notice, like, when Gangle was berating Pomni, she was like, but it's Gummy Goo, and you look at Gummy Goo, and he was like, he was going to reach out for her, like, would he remember?
Yeah,
maybe or maybe not.
Maybe.
Yeah, he could most likely be shocked that she even remembered her.
I support that shit.
Yeah, I think Pomni x Gummy Goo would be a cute ship.
It's another thing that I like the idea of, but I don't really see like the two of them in a romantic light. I think Pomni just genuinely was hoping to like have her friend back, and she missed him. She was clearly like traumatized when he got like confetified, and she was like relieved to see him again. You know?
It's like, he was basically Thanos from existence.
Yeah, poor Gummy Goo. Man's had his whole life.
But yeah, the way she just looks at him and put her elbow on the table, like that's she's definitely feeling something more. But I may be misinterpreting it. I don't know. It was good, Penny. Yeah. But it was pretty funny how she was looking at him, trying to sneak up next to him.
Yeah. And there's still more to explore with their relationship, I'm sure. So,
we have like a few episodes left. What do we got? Like 4 episodes?
Yeah, we already have episodes 4, so we have like 5 more to go. Because we're already going to have the Ragatha Focus and the Jax one.
That was like, well, we got like 8 or 5 episodes. No, I'm sorry, 8 or 9 episodes. How many?
Yeah, because Gooseworks confirmed that there'll be 9 episodes for the whole season.
Okay, so we definitely have 5 more left.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty funny of how her relationship, or when she's trying to reconnect with Gummy Goo. That was cute and sweet. And also a little sad, but at least it ended, on a sweet note. Like, hey, now she can definitely see him again in the near future. Hell, they met.
I sure hope so.
I mean, I hope so too. Unless Kane's like, hey, here's Gummy Goo. Want to see him die again?
Oh.
Don't do this to me.
Hey, we did.
I'm still baffled after episode 2.
And the Coins wasn't trying to eat them this time. He was trying to order food for her kids.
I feel bad for Pomni because she learned about slugworm reproduction in there. Like,
You learned how Bjorns reproduce. Ew.
Yeah, like from the teaser when she was waving at the monster, I thought she was waving a goodbye at Gummy Goo, but no. Just watching
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I thought so
You just disgusted.
She was being nice to the Coins Queen.
Yeah. I mean, I get how some customers do like a TMI, and I'm just like, don't get the information out. You just ordering food or a drink. I don't even know your medical history.
I cannot stress enough how much I did not ask about your surgery that you just got this morning.
Oh my god! What I love about the episode, and what I love about the episode is Gangle trying to be more bossy or trying to act like an actual boss. Like, have you ever seen SpongeBob when Mr. Krabs sold the Krusty Krab?
The pearl?
Yeah. Oh my god.
I couldn't. I
Yes.
I
and,
couldn't figure out the
Monday's
name. It's
wasn't it?
when they rebranded to Krabby on Mondays, right?
Yeah.
I literally forgot the name of it.
Yeah, was
There's
that
so many
not-
good episodes to the point I just can't remember it.
And the manager there, he was a lot like Gangle, have the happy face, smiling.
Oh
And
my
so-
gosh!
God.
Now that I think about it, that's literally
Don't
that's
go
really
away
good.
comment on that scene.
Jeez.
At least Gangle had a little more like.
I think someone. I love how people just pointed that out. Like it can't go look at Jax and saying, Jax, you wouldn't want to talk to human resources, do you? That's a fish.
If you got time to lead, you got time to clean.
Sincere
that's the
service
comedy.
with a smile.
It's called a manic episode, and you're getting 3 more seasons.
Oh.
I'm just like, but then when that.
And Kane being more involved in the adventure, I really love it. Even if it's small, I really love how she's calling him like he's really his upper management. That's just hilarious. That like motivation. That's what my adventures were missing.
Yeah, I do love how Kane gave everyone except for Kinger a B because Kinger got an A, and I'm just like, why did
He
He deserves
got an A because he was riding the bull. He stayed on that bull. At the
I
rodeo.
was questioning, like, what the heck was Kinga even doing while the rest of the cast was working? What was Kinga doing? Riding a bull?
Yeah, he was probably at the rodeo. Is what happened.
Well, no, he went to the rodeo with Kane. They hang out. Or some people might say
that upper
they dated.
management gets a day off.
With that said, what were your favorite moments from that episode? Jeez.
Okay,
Oh boy.
one of my favorite moments was the reevaluation. He's all like, "Oh, Jax is screwed." Like,
I really want to know what happened back there and what they didn't show.
probably got.
That kills me when the Gengo is like, it's just like a.
First things first. Are you smiling?
No.
Why not?
It was like, what? Like, how is Gaggle even watching? Like, this is the most creepiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, the first person that came to my mind when I saw that, I honestly saw Molly McGee. Honestly.
Oh, on
Yeah?
the tape.
The number one
Think
and
about it,
amplifier.
think about it. She would always demand why you're not smiling. I would do anything to get you to smile. Imagine Molly in a deadpan stare saying, "Why not?" I definitely see her that. She's definitely gone crazy for a few episodes, almost like Kango. Like,
I mean, she went crazy doing a snow episode because the rest of the family didn't want to go outside.
Yeah.
That girl does not get enough sleep, and I'm sure that's why.
I mean,
Yeah.
that too, but she made a whole song about it.
Yeah.
Give me Molly, and I'm like, I want a fan art of that, just staring at the audience, saying, "Why not?"
Pinkie Pie would do that too.
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
No.
Oh,
I don't know
good.
if Pinkie Pie would be as, I don't know, force you to smile, but I will say toxic positivity, maybe. I don't know.
she definitely loses
Yeah.
her mind.
Oh, God.
If she asks you, are you smiling? You say no, like, I feel like she go to reasons you should smile. It's a song.
Yeah, I feel like you just do something to make you laugh.
Exactly. I wish that she would be like, why not?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that terrifying YouTube video I saw as a child where she like beats up everyone.
Oh,
my
God.
god.
Smile at before. That's what it was.
You should watch Rainbow Dash Presents. That's pretty fun.
No, I don't.
Y'all know with the My Little Pony infection AU.
Like,
Oh my god, I love those AUs. I want to make one for Murder Thrones.
It actually makes fun of Cupcake, like it doesn't actually kill anyone. It was like, it's like it just makes fun of it.
Well, before I tell you my favorite moment, there's one thing that I didn't notice. The little details when rewatching it is when Jax went into his car and his license plate was Jax 001, which could most likely indicate to me that Jax could most likely be the first person to be in the game, or is he most likely AI or something like that?
Yeah, might be related to the NPC.
Well, maybe, but Jax literally said that Kinger's been there the longest.
Oh, that's true.
Definitely number one, and I don't think it's confirmed that he is AI. I think it's most likely just him, just saying he's number one. And, you believe that for a long time. And
He's a narcissist.
You know what? And that makes sense. He's number one. But I know a lot of people still lean to that NPC theory because you gotta realize Jax is a jerk.
He's a menace to society.
I do want to point out though, when he gets in his car, his regular 2D smile just falters, and he just lets the exhaustion take over.
Well, guys, that's a food industry for you. Working a 10 or 12-hour shift.
Yeah, it does that to you.
I've never been in a food industry, but my brother has, and he has been tired every time he works there.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite scenes was with Pomni and Gumigu. I forgot to mention the favorite scene in which immediately, just the first day, when Jax throws Ragatha into the deep fryer.
I can't believe he's
Just
that
leave
was
her there.
First day.
Oh no! I in the fryer.
Deep fried Ragatha.
I just
Deep fried.
The worst part after watching that.
What?
I watched Watchmen a couple weeks ago, and the Rorschach kills a man with the fryer oil. And I'm looking at and I'm like, no.
Jesus.
That's seriously made you.
I feel like that was Jack's intuitive thoughts because this is your first day, and your first thought was, "Whoops, I'm gonna draw Ragatha into the deep fryer."
There was a Family Guy episode. I don't remember the name of it, but Peter Griffin basically got Eowyn burned by air fryer oil. Deep fryer. And then he got the custody of the kids.
What?
And he used Lois's cast as toilet paper.
Oh god. What's hilarious about that scene is literally afterwards, no one's going to help Ragatha out of the deep fryer.
They just leave
That
her
took
there.
much too long. She's screaming, and I'll just say, "Jax, you can't do that! Pull her out, Giggle."
The screaming would have stopped by the time they stopped that conversation.
But I guess that's to show its way of telling you that this stuff like this that could and should kill you.
But it won't in that universe.
No,
because remember they held their breath in the last episode, and they don't die; they just go into different phases.
But we don't know. To remind you that no matter what you do, you can't die. This is literally like a video game.
You respawn if you die, i.e. when Gangle falls into traffic and she's teleported it into Kane's office.
And Kane, her failing grade.
It was a B+.
Because she went into traffic.
Yeah.
To be fair, pretty much everybody got the same grade other than Kinger.
But since you are in a position of power, you could blame one of your underlings.
Oh my god.
And what's so funny is that I just love the self-awareness of the characters. It's like Sumo, she knows the only reason why they're safe is because Kane likes them.
How would you react if Kane came to real life and you're friends with him? How would you react to that?
I would think that allowance. They actually proved that when they did that little ad.
Terrifying in real life.
Yes, that's my little ad for their toys or for their plushies, and Kane just turned to one of those bootleg ones. I'm like, oh my god.
I wouldn't stoop to Kane's level, honestly, because just thinking of Footy from the Owl House, I wouldn't tell what this Kane is about.
It's that moment, when they say that you realize that Kane would do something bad to us, we get him mad, right? It really reminds me of of Mike Tyson's mysteries.
Yeah, I had a lot of moments I really liked, but I think some of my favorite moments were like the little peaks of Gangle that we got to see throughout this episode. And the more we got to learn about her, the more we learned about her situation and her mental state.
I love that too, and she revealed that she was a manager at her job back when she was in the real world.
So, which is another thing that I love about these about the show. There, it doesn't give everything away, but give us little tidbits of them. Like she wants to be
a comic artist, and she wants to be a
manga
comic.
artist.
The most relatable thing.
and,
Thing on eye.
And the could be in webtoons. We don't know.
And like that's why I think I'm like more attached to Gangle now, because like I'm an artist. I want to be an animator, but I'm stuck like working a day job just to like have some kind of income while I work towards it. But like it gets really tiring, and it feels really hopeless a lot of the time.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I think that's why this episode like genuinely made me tear up in some parts, because like I empathized with Gangle the entire time. I completely understood how she felt, and I completely understood at the very end how relieving it probably felt to like rip off that plastic mask and just like let herself be sad and feel the things she actually wanted to feel.
Actually, that's a great point. I thought it was like, taking out that mask, I thought she's like, you can be yourself, but I never thought like, releasing all that pent up emotions that she had, either working at her job or what was going on inside her head. Felt like it wasn't even good to have a real good cry, basically.
Yeah.
That's why that dance really reminded me of Joker. Not to say it's a reference to the movie, but just a way that you can be able to be self-expressive for the first time.
Yeah. I remember when Joker wants to become an artist, but the society said no, so he became a clown.
Of course, it's society.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. We live in a society, Gangle. Don't you understand?
It's very hard for me to choose a favorite moment between all these moments that you've mentioned. Like, they're all pretty fun and emotional in their own way. And did I say my favorite moment in the show?
You said it way earlier before I even get to that part. I literally forgot what it was.
Probably the employee reevaluation video.
Oh yes, then that's the favorite moment.
That actually, now that I think about it, that whole video sequence, it actually reminds me of "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" with the Care Hound.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god.
It gives me "Don't hug me, I'm scared" energy.
It does, even though I never watched it, but I can see why.
When I was 9, I wasn't even allowed to watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared yet. I think my first exposure to it was, you see, back in like around 2018, this is back when I first discovered the YouTuber, his name is Veilscube, does a,
Yeah.
It's like the guy who gives out the cartoon news or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, around 2018, he announced that he was talking about how a gumball was crossing over with Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. The gumball episode? That wasn't a crossover.
It was the creators of the show.
Back when
gumball, and that's why you see the claymation and puppetry. That's why they consider it a crossover, because
I remember that episode. It was very creepy as hell.
Be a crossover between Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared and I was actually watching it while I was eating breakfast, and my grandparents, I guess, saw it, and they told me, and I was getting a little scared, because in the video he showed clips of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I think he was showing I forgot what episode, the computer episode, I think. I don't know, because he told me and my grandfather told me to change it. And this was back when I was very sensitive that if I saw anything scary that day, chances are I would just be up at night I would just be up at
My mother, believe it or not, she lets me watch a lot of old cartoons. Well, they weren't old back then, when I was growing up there. Like, she let me watch Ed and Eddie, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and all that. The only thing she did not allow me to watch is Family Guy and Ren and Stimpy.
Oh yeah, just thinking about it when I'm older, I just realized how like so much like adult theme related with Ren and Stimpy is.
Yeah,
Though it's supposed to be like a kid's cartoon, but there's so many adult themes related.
Yeah, I mean, my mom let me watch Ren and Stimpy. I mean, she didn't like it because it was like, very like the animation's kind of nasty in some episodes.
Yeah.
But she didn't. Yeah, but she didn't mind watching that. I mean, I enjoyed it when it was on Netflix. For Courage the Cowardly Dog, my friends call me weird because I wasn't scared of any of the episodes. I mean, I get why you're scared, but still, I appreciate the horror of it.
But I guess that's why I'm also attracted, or that's what draws me to shows like Gravity Falls, The Owl House, and Digital Circus. Because
I've been to the Owl House pretty recently. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good one right now.
And I don't know if I'm not the only one, but every time I hear the end credits theme, the one that do something like that, it just makes me start missing that era of story-driven, of when Disney Channel would make story-driven cartoons.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna kid you around. It's gonna be a long while before we can ever get that magic again.
I mean,
Yes.
They have a new cartoon showing premiere tonight called Stugo.
Tonight? That's happening tonight?
Yeah, I've heard about Stugo, but I might try to give it a chance once I'm
I
done.
can't believe the Abigail's 5 years old though.
Oh my god, it is 5 years old.
Yeah, yesterday was the 5th anniversary of the Owl House. I missed the show. Yeah, speaking of the circus, what can you expect on like the 5th episode, which we know for certain that is a Ragatha focused episode?
Ooh, I'm excited for Ragatha's episode.
Yeah. So based on Goose words, something tells me in this episode it's gonna be a pivotal point that's gonna shift in the whole series. Because she's hiding a lot between Ragatha and Jax. I don't know if Ragatha's gonna break or show something. Like, I know earlier she said someone's gonna abstract that we don't know who. It's gonna be the least known character.
Well,
I don't know if it's gonna be Ragatha or not. I don't know if it's gonna show signs of abstraction, but
oh, you know what? Now that you mentioned Gooseword, now I'm just reminded of a very cute moment in the episode. It's a cute moment. When Zubo was giving Dangle her new smiling mask, and I was like, oh, too bad, Pomni. I guess you're not getting your unicorn horn after all.
At the reference to one of Pomni's old designs when she was originally going to have a unicorn horn.
Her iconic unicorn horn.
Iconic unicorn horn.
Yeah, imagine Pomni being a unicorn jester. Like, it'll be a cool combination.
That would be so cool.
That would make her cute.
I was hoping that the 5th episode that Ragatha would be most likely sober. Like, imagine if Ragatha being completely under the influence of that idiot sauce throughout the entire 5th episode. It would be crazy.
Can you imagine if they brought the super sauce back just for the 5th episode, so we can learn about Ragatha's true story?
I mean,
like, here, Ragatha, drink this.
Yeah, like using that idiot sauce just as plot convenience for the 5th episode.
It'd be funny, but it wouldn't be really good for the plot. It's good for the one-off.
Maybe they can bring up the stupid sauce again in Glitch's upcoming show.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah, just a nice little Easter egg. Not essential to the plot. Like if you look at the background, you can see like a Pomni plush or stupid sauce, and like, hey.
Imagine if the Digital Circus was just a big game theory series, And at the end,
Oh my god.
And at the end, we just see MatPat and just like, and that's just a theory. What would happen?
Oh
Just
my
simple
god.
No, the end of the show, it's revealed the entire thing was just
No.
an illusion created by MatPat.
MatPat comes out of retirement to be in the
It's like,
Digital
Oh my
Circus.
It's
that's
just
right, I
so
fooled
crazy.
you all.
I came here to kick ass and watch anime, and I just finished One Piece.
Ooh.
I was just watching One Piece on Tubi. Not Tubi, Pluto.
How is that
God.
possible? How could you finish One Piece?
I didn't leave my room for 3 years straight.
No, it's like some
Manga.
oh, get down here and clean your clothes. You haven't showered in weeks. And no, honey, I'm trying to watch the 9,000th episode of One Piece. All right,
I binged every single episode of Azumanga Daioh.
because if it's just me, but I'm a casual anime watcher, but I usually watch more like Western animated shows. But there's a balance there of like anime and my show watching DNA. Like I watch.
I don't think there's a particular problem watching Western or anime or both. I don't care what you watch, but everyone should know you watch animation when you watch anime. Okay, just
Yeah, I watch.
Yeah, and then he continues Spy X Family.
My defense, I've seen a few old Studio Ghibli films, like My Neighbor Totoro. I watched Howl's Moving Castle, but it's usually in like my art club in school. I've seen The Boy and the Heron on DVD. I also
have a
watched
DVD of The Boy and the
original
Heron?
Pokemon. That counts, and also the live action One Piece. Does that count, or?
the live action One Piece. I think it's more.
Well, I have watched My Neighbor Totoro before, but that was when I was like really young. It was like something I watched when I was like
Also, like,
7 or 8.
Now, I would love to talk about the live action One Piece, the Gentry Cho and all that goodness. But I think we got way too far from the original topic.
I know.
Right in this episode, guys.
Bring the episode.
I was scrolling on my phone on Discord and just decided to join it.
So many behind the scenes clips I can use.
This one was certainly something like the first episode. We get some sort of giant abstract monster. The second one was a high-speed chase.
The third one was a Halloween special.
Yeah, there
And
was
it
a
was-
horror one.
And it was horror. It was absolutely like scary. Like Colleen had a nightmare from that third episode.
Backseat on the craziness and then more real. And
Exactly.
and that's why I would love, and that's why Fast Food Masquerade. I would. That is probably another great episode from a great indie show.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm actually looking at Netflix right now, and they label the show as sci-fi. Would you agree with that?
Yeah,
Sci-fi, like science fiction. I mean,
I mean,
there's
it's
there in a
really
video
sci-fi.
game. It could most
It
likely
could
be
technically
sci-fi,
be
maybe.
Sci-fi, I guess.
I remember, like, the first episode, she wore like a weird headset, so.
Compared to Gravity Falls, when Bill Cipher literally skinned a head alive.
I mean, there's that, there's like the
And that was
animals tearing, crying blood.
There's everything in Ren and Stimpy.
There's
Exactly.
also The Simpsons sometimes.
Well,
Where-
The Simpsons is different.
It's like a combination of PG or TV-14, something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But either way, but it's funny how they label the show, and it's hard to disagree with it.
Oh god. With that said, guys, thank you so much. Boy, it's a party here. I've never felt more happy to have more people than just
Yeah.
3. Because it's been like a going toxic habit for just having 3.
was a
I'm
great
so happy.
time.
Plus, finally, reminder that the next week's section will be on Hell of a Boss Sinsmith. which even though Christmas is basically like a Christmas episode, and that just happened last month, so
Yeah.
we're still gonna talk about it anyway because this is really, despite being a like Christmas type of episode, it still fits with the plot of the whole season as a whole, and I cannot wait to discuss about the finale that is Christmas.
If I have time, I'll try to look into it.
All right. With
It's
that,
kind of weird for me to watch a Christmas episode on January, but I'll try.
And
I watched
One of
Red
the
One
episodes in
yesterday.
December.
Gotta do something happy for January.
there may be some
Yeah.
episodes I might not be able to attend because I have to study for the ACT exams.
Well, good luck with that.
Man.
Good luck, Sam.
Good luck.
good luck.
I got
man.
this.
All right. With that said, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that way you won't miss out on any more of the animation content with me and my friends. With that said, I bid you peace and have a happy new year.
Now.
Bye!
Bye.
Say bye, everyone.
That's all, folks.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
I am such a good